Well, I believe the start of the new arc is coming next chapter. But we're not done with this arc just yet. And when I mean yet, I mean we still got some aftermath to work out, to hash out with. So, One Piece chapter 1024, titled Best Friend. And boy, oh boy, we about to get into it. This is pretty interesting. Pay attention. Beginning of the chapter, we start off where Morgan's big news is really wants to publish what the hell has been said and what's been going on Egghead officially. But Morgan's just got a bunch of news that he want to send out, and Vivi is giving him the business, a lot of business, and he says, "Let's rock." We are sitting on some juicy scoops, as in Vegapunk's death, Luffy kidnapping and killing Vegapunk. So what else can't go wrong? Stoke their fears, paint a picture of the bleakest future possible. So just like that, Morgus is trying to get more news out to the people, as in false journalism and lying, as Vivi is telling Morgans to cut it out and not to send that out or post it so to everybody can see. But Big Morgans has other plans and tells Vivi to shut up, meaning that if she doesn't quit bugging him, he will post secrets on the newspaper front page, meaning threatening her, blackmailing basically her to stay out of his way, which Vivi takes too kindly to that. And then you got Wapple, is if you don't remember what happened to Wapple and his little adventure throughout the Mirage Wall. He's now with Vivi and Morgan, so Morgan's is telling Vivi to be quiet. Wapple is telling Vivi to, how about we just calm down just a bit before he starts doing something unnecessary that he shouldn't be doing. So don't add on to what he's going to do to us. Basically, don't let us get kicked off his ship. Basically what he's trying to say. So I kind of want to see that. But anyways, for next panel, you just see the aftermath of what the hell just happened last chapter. So I was right. I think Kizaru was kinda knocked out. I don't know if admirals can get knocked out by this type of hockey, but cut back and you just see the government ship still buzzing, and you just got Akainu calling in, "Come in, don't tell me everyone's dead." And who picks up the transparent snail is Bonsolino Kizaru. Yes, the only admiral that was knocked out and didn't participate in the fight. So, well, technically he was not knocked out, but he was kind of resting for a bit because his fight with not only the Giants, but it was mostly Luffy, because Luffy tired his ass out so much of running back and forth. So that kind of drained his stamina, and which you already know what happened with keeping up with Luffy. So Kizaru picks up the transparent snails and says, "You're awful loud, huh, Akainu?" And he says, why are you the one picking up Barcelino? What happened to the others, meaning the other Marines, Vice Admirals, the other Marines too? Kizaru kind of gave him a little short explanation. They're all laid out, basically. So Kizaru just basically said, yeah, they're all laid out and foaming at the mouth too. So with Sate Saturn, he wants Kizaru to explain it, basically. Is he safe? What about the power station? Did any of the targets escape? And then you cut back to the other panel, Sarah panels, and you just see Sentomaru. Don't know what's in the barrel though. I'm curious what's in the barrel in the ship, that tiny boat he has. But he's carrying a bag and his axe, and he looks like he's alive, at least, thank you. But you have him, Sentomaru, and Kizaru still. I do not know how that is possible. So anyways, Sentomaru is alive and sailing with the boat, and he's crying, by the way, and tears is coming out of his eyes, basically, and he's just silent. And then Akainu says, "What happened, Egghead?" Now Kizaru does self-reflection to certain events leading up to this point of him killing VegaPunk. So he's, while resting, as I said, like what, 5, 6, 7, 8 chapters ago, that Kizaru is having he's having second guesses of his decisions and his actions. So he says, I'll let the youngsters give you the details when they're up. You better not be slacking off again, Barcelino, as Akainu says as he yells. And then Kizaru drops this on Akainu. Pay attention to this. Hey, Sakazuki, I'm curious. Have you ever had to kill your best friend? And kind of just silent, this ... And then Kizaru remembers back before he became an admiral, Navy admiral. That's a damn big head. I'm with the Navy. The name's Barcelino Kizaru. How much are you gonna pay me? And he says, huh? VegaPunk says, the rest is all a facade. You guys want my brain working for you, right? So how much funding are you willing to give for my research? And then Kizaru said, hey, you're an interesting guy, huh? And then it comes back to down the line, keeps going. What are you going to do about this place? I'm going to call it Egghead. It'll be an island 500 years in the future. Up to this point, Kizaru's remembering his past with VegaPunk and all the things he was doing with VegaPunk. You know, coming in, checking on VegaPunk, basically going back and forth with Kizaru. We seen it in the anime too, or hinted at in the anime, that, and Sentomaru too. So both him and Sentomaru always go there sometimes whenever they have an off time on their own duty, basically a workforce. So up to the leading point, you just have Kizaru stabbing VegaPunk in the back with his lightsaber, and after that he just sees that as VegaPunk flops to the ground dead, and Barcelona just yells, Akainu, you think I'm slacking off, Sakazuki? And Sakazuki just surprised. Well, if you've got time to waste doubting me, come and see yourself, you damn ingrate.
Jesus Christ.
Kizaru, I gotta admit, this is character development for him, because you never see him this amount of stress for Kizaru. I mean, basically throughout the whole series, you never see this man mad or sad or showing no emotion, just a high amount of emotion. Like he's high. You know what I mean when he's high. He's slow thinking, just like, I guess I do that. Lazy personality, basically. But this panel shows how Kizaru feels deep inside, like something shattered in him when he killed VegaPunk. Something went against his morals, and that kind of conflicted, and then it happened just a split second. And man, Kizaru just tears coming down, snot nose, and now he's got the veins popping, and not Kizaru, but Sakazuki just surprised just hearing that. I said, well, shit. And then, that was my bad, brother. Just watch your mouth. Now, I don't know if the watch your mouth part is Akainu or Kizaru saying that. Shit is intense. I can tell you that. So, abnormal for that. But here we are. It's so quiet. Because another panel with the Straw Hats or with the Giant Warrior Pirates. Sending sail to Alabama. So here we go. It's so quiet. I guess the party was officially called off. And they're all resting. All of them relaxing. Just recuperating from last battle. Because holy shit, the Egghead heart was off the chain. Anyways, Frankie says it's odd to stop after just one drink. And Jimmy said, yeah, and it's strange to see Luffy so dejected. But I get it. We failed to accomplish our main goal, which keeping VegaPunk alive was basically the main goal, and getting him off the island along with the rest of the satellites. So yeah, they failed their main goal, which, can you take me away from this island, meaning Egghead, which they failed that objective. Yeah. And Frankie speaks, so we had the 5 elders, literally, and an admiral, CP0, the Seraphim, and a armada of warships to get through. Yeah. I'm still still trying to wrap my head around that. It's a miracle we got out of that hellscape at all. Thank Emmett for that. Because without him and without Joy Boy, the Straw Hats would have made it out of there. Or the Giants. Period. And I think everybody knows that. Yeah. So without Emmett, the Straw Hat and Joy Boy's hockey, him, the rest of the Straw Hats and the Giant Warrior Pirates would not have made off that island scot-free. So thank God for the Joy Boys tremendous hockey to knock out everybody else. So yeah, that was luck. Zoro speaks of, it's pathetic. He's emperor now. An old man dying shouldn't affect him this badly. That's a bit harsh, but you gotta remember that Luffy made a promise to Vegapunk that they would try his damnness to get him off the island. Look what happened though. The end result, he was dead, or as we thought he was dead. Anyways, Lilith wakes up after being knocked out for however many damn chapters. You're awake, thank goodness. And you got Sanji, Nami, Usopp, and Chopper looking after her too. So she wakes up and said, "Oh right, we're on a giant ship. No wonder everything's so massive. This will be a bitter pill to swallow, but we have to tell you." They break down what happened at Egghead while Lilith was knocked out. Anyways, we weren't able to save any other Vegapunks. Please forgive us. Nami speaks up. Atlas hit you pretty hard, so it's understandable if you're disorientated. I see. It's okay. I've already heard about what happened. Her from who? As Sanji says. I just need to cry for a bit, and she just starts crying or bawling her eyes out of nowhere. And Usopp says, "How are you the evil one again?" And she just totally snaps out of that bawling her eyes out. I said, "Hey, I'm hungry now." Just like quick switch up. It must be because I'm no longer connected to York. So remember, York and Lilith are the only Vegapunks still functioning. So you've got over it fast. Well, if you're hungry, the giants left us a lot of fruit. And Brooke tells where Luffy's at too. So say the atmosphere from the table seems a bit gloomy, doesn't it? And you just see Luffy says, "Damn it all. We promised to save Apple Gramps." And you just see Luffy just eating, sad, gloomy, depressed, out of his joy. And man, oh man, that's plenty, as Lil says. Luffy's been beating himself up over what happened. He's so down, he's only had 5 bunchies of grape. 5 bunchies of grape. Is that what they call it? Bunchies of grape. Okay. I see. So Luffy's been taking it badly. It's alright though. I just heard about it, I'm sure. And Sanji says, "What do you mean you heard about it?" So here's the interesting part, and this ties in back to chapter 1, the last chapter too, chapter 1123. A second ago I was crying because I was sad about everyone's deaths. However, it's all a matter of perspective. Here's the truth, and everybody's shocked about this, and it's like, what the hell? Well, says, to put it simply, everyone's alive basically. So yeah, they're not dead. And it was what? And Lewis also continues, yeah, so even if they're functionally dead, so they're ghosts. Is it basically what I'm trying to say is that you kept your promise to me, so don't be so glum, Luffy. Whoever says I don't get it, because I don't get it. But unless that's Vegapunk himself, the main body, then I would get that. But unless it's like any other Vegapunks to be taken off that island, so say if it was Lilith, not Lilith, but if it was Edison or Shaka, Paltragros, or Atlas, then yeah, one of them will be fine to be taken off this island, and the rest should die off. But if it's York, they already found out York is a traitor, so York is kind of excluded from that little list of her own, because she's off to become a celestial dragon, which that's strange of itself, which that's kind of fucked up if you kind of think about it. But anyways, seems like you're doing better, Straw Hat. And Luffy jumps back up knowing that he kept his promise and like, okay, so basically I got you off the island, so yeah, here we go. Hey Giants, thanks for helping us out. And Luffy gets back in joy, and I don't care if you're with me or against me, because I'm definitely gonna be king of the pirates. He said, yeah, cheers. And off the panel, and Robin brings up too, I've been waiting for this. Feel free to pig out. And one Giants bring out the food, and Robin also says, if we're going to Elbaf, we may see Saul. That's great, Robin. So she can't wait to see Saul too, and Elbaf. Last panels to the long-awaited land of giants, the fabled country of Elbaf. New world, Warland, Elbaf. Break next week and off to the silhouette on that's looking out to the sea. Come on then. What awaits them in the land of giants? One Piece chapter. And so, my final thoughts on this. VegaPunk is basically not dead, basically. So, Luffy did make his promise. It's just the matter of which VegaPunk should be going with Luffy. Basically. So if it was Lilith, as I said before, that would be okay. It has to be one of the Vegapunks. It can't be Atlas. It can't be, well, it can be Atlas. It can be Lilith. It can be Shaka, Edison, Politogros. Hope I said that right. It could be one of them, excluding York, which she is the traitor, so she has her own priorities and goals, which we already know what her damn goals is and why she betrayed Vegapunk. So any other surviving Vegapunks, excluding York, would have been good Luffy. So, and also here's another thing too that I want to bring up. Last chapter, Vegapunk, Shaka brought up. So Vegapunk, Stella, there's one other matter I want to say too. I want to bring up what exactly constitutes death for someone like us, as Shaka says. And Vegapunk says, that's a good point, Shaka. That's a good point. So in this chapter, when Lilith brought up, or we don't know if that's Lilith exactly, or if that's Vegapunk, the main body, basically. So we don't know that. We don't know what Vegapunk planned, but we did find out last chapter, but we kind of skipped that kind of a bit. But another thing that caught my eye is Kizaru, which that kind of highlights half of this chapter is Kizaru now expressing emotion towards his only best friend, which was Vegapunk, throughout the years, and now that he's forced to kill him, which he did kill him with his own hands, or dealt the final blow, because remember, Saint Saturn did attack him and injure Vegapunk to some certain extent, but if you attack him again, and with hockey no less, which I don't know if Kizaru was using hockey at the time, but holy shit, that did kill him. Kill a devil fruit user. And it was damn effective. So, told Kizaru, well, if you got time to waste downing me, how about you come over here and see for yourself, is basically what Kizaru said. And this man was yelling at Akainu, holy moly. And Akainu was just shocked and just silent. It was like, well, shit. That's kind of, I never heard you yell like that before. I mean, that must have been a terrifying experience. Something must have happened on that damn island for you to act that way, which it did. I mean, that kind of messed Kizaru up a whole bunch. It got him thinking, and so did Sentomaru too. So Sentomaru was kind of is taking a lot. I think Kizaru and Sentomaru both were taking a whole lot of emotional damage from that. But holy moly! I mean, if you looked at the backstory of how Kizaru met Vegapunk, and from the backstory also from Vegapunk's perspective, also Kuma's backstory too, because Kizaru was in Kuma's backstory too. Holy shit. That kind of highlights the importance of Vegapunk's friendship too. So, and Bonnie. Kuma, Bonnie, and Kizaru and Vegapunk. All four of them. and Sentomaru too, so that makes 5. All 5 of them. It's a shame, but holy shit, the government is real down evil. I mean, the 5 elders included, but for them to just do this is a shocker. But if you like this video, subscribe and like this, and comment down below if you think VegaPunk is in Lilith's body or it's just Lilith. Because to my knowledge, technically they're alive, as Lilith said. It said technically we're not alive, but last chapter Shaka did ask VegaPunk what constitutes death for someone like us. And VegaPunk says that's a good point and just trails off and doesn't explain more into it. And see you again, and see you next adventure. Laters.